Good morning. It is very early, a little after 4:30 a.m. The waning moon is high in the sky. The world is not quite awake yet, but I am. And I think it's important to know why. I think as witches, we have other reasons for being awake at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m. And I think it's critical to understand why. Because sometimes, yes, it could be a medical issue. Sometimes, yes, it can be something that a doctor needs to treat. But as witches, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we know that it is something else, that maybe someone's trying to communicate with us. Maybe we have someone in our life, or a deceased loved one, or an entity, a deity, our patron, who is trying to communicate with us. So, since they don't work on our time clock, they wake us up when it's necessary. And so here I am, 3 a.m. I was awake, and I decided, I had an inspiration after I went through my typical ritual of what happens when I can't sleep and I feel like I'm being pulled to talk or communicate with someone across the veil. And I thought maybe that would be beneficial to all of you out there who maybe struggle with this from time to time. So what I typically do is I get up and I come down to, what is right now my moon room, but it's also our sun room. And it is completely renovated to be my spiritual space, my ritual space. And that is why when we talk about ritual space, it is so important to have one place you can go to any time of the day, under any circumstance, and prepare yourself for a meditation, a journey, a spirit journey, a ritual of any sort. So I have all my curtains drawn, so it makes it very quiet and peaceful in here. Because again, it's about 4:30 in the morning and the world is not awake, so I don't want to wake up the rest of the house. So this is a very quiet, calm space. There's lots of curtains that deaden the sound and make it so calming. I have my diffuser running with some essential oils in it to help me connect with those who are trying to speak with me right now for this specific ritual. I brewed some tea, of course, you've got to have my tea. And this is a bohea tea. I believe I'm saying that right. I've heard it pronounced a couple of different ways. But this tea is basically a black tea, some orange, clove, and cinnamon. And this one is very good for waking up in the morning. It's good for the afternoon, but it's also got some properties in there that'll help me communicate with whoever's trying to communicate with me, right? We need all the help we can get some days. And of course I have, just a small altar that is always available to me. Again, the importance of having your own ritual space is being able to throw together a couple of really quick items that help you drop into that ritual mindset and get you prepared for whatever working you're going to do. So I have a smudge stick that I made from my garden. It has rosemary and rose together. I think it even has some lavender mixed in there, so that's burning away. I also have a goddess statue right here, just a little representation of the Divine Mother. And, of course, a candle for illumination. So I'm ready to go. Now, I have already performed my typical ritual, but I just wanted to kind of walk you through the ritual so that when you find yourself in this position where you can't sleep and you need to start your day, but you're just not going to be able to get the full 8 hours that everybody recommends, right? So you're up. Either you have a medical condition that needs to be treated by a doctor, go see your doctor, right? Talk to your doctor about that. Or you have a message that needs to come to you from an entity somewhere. May it be your patron, a house spirit maybe, a loved one that is deceased. but you need that message to come through. So I've gotten my space together really fast because everything's already out and ready for me. So I didn't have to spend an hour figuring it out. I didn't have to spend an hour finding everything. Everything was organized. Everything was ready for me. So just grab a couple of items that I think are critical and go, right? I prefer to sit on the floor. I am on a cushion on a yoga bolster, which I love, by the way. If you don't have one and you find it hard to meditate on the floor cross-legged, get yourself one. They really help. And they're also great for lower back pain. So just a little FYI there. Now, the point of this ritual is you're going to meditate. And I know a lot of people hate that word. Oh my God, you're going to make me meditate. Ah! It's not as bad as it seems. Yes, it might take practice. But once you get the hang of it, and once you do it often, you'll be able to drop into that meditative state very quickly. And it won't be such a big deal anymore. But it takes practice. Just like anything else, you know, learning to drive, learning to walk, learning to ride a bike. You got to practice it. And at first, the task probably seemed overwhelming. You could never do it. How many times as a kid when you were learning to ride your bike, you fell off and said, oh, I can't ever do this. I will never be able to do this. Well, meditation's no different. It's just a little less hazardous. You're not going to scrape your knee necessarily. So what I like to do is, now that I have everything prepared, I start by breathing. Oh, let's do that again. That felt so good. Just breathe in. Fill your chest and your belly. And let it out. Just let yourself sink into wherever you are. Now, with meditation, I do recommend remaining somewhat upright. You don't have to be in the full lotus pose if that's not comfortable for you, because for some people it's just not. May it be leg pain, back pain, neck pain. Sometimes we just can't get into those yoga poses, and that's okay. You don't have to be in those poses to meditate properly, which is one reason why I like the bolster, because I like to be on the floor. I like to be grounded. But after about 20-30 minutes, I hurt and it becomes a huge distraction, so I can't do it. I'm not a young chicken anymore, so it doesn't work for all of us. So really find a position, find a location, find a chair, find a cushion, something that supports you, but also allows you to be comfortable, not to where you're going to go back to sleep. Because if you're not an insomniac and you're just up because maybe something disturbed you in the middle of the night, chances are you will go back to sleep if you begin meditating. And that's fine. If that's what you're meant to do, then that's what you're meant to do. Go back to sleep. Nobody's going to judge you. So, again, just get yourself into that position and start recognizing your body from your head to your toes. Breathe in. Breathe in through the nose, feel your belly and your chest. It feels so good. Do it one more time. Just so good. Breathe deep. And let it go. Now I want you to start recognizing the top of your head. Sometimes I do this just with the physical sensation of being in this space, feeling my weight, feeling my density. Sometimes I do it with maybe a fountain of light coming through my head, or something cascading over my body that covers me. And that is for two reasons. One is for its protective mechanism. The other is because it helps me move through head to toe my physical body so that I am present. And that's the point. We want to be fully present right now. We don't want to be in our to-do list. We don't want to be in the soccer club meeting. We don't want to be in the argument we had with our kids over the dishes last night. We want to be fully in this moment. We want fully to be present. So we start by recognizing our body, recognizing this physical space, the physical being, the physical me, the physical you. And once I do that, once I run through head to toe, fingertips and kneecaps, hip bones, spine, everything, even your teeth. Once you're fully and completely recognized, then you can start going into your head. Now, this is where most people run into issues, because once they're in their head, then they start losing it, and they start thinking about their to-do list, the soccer club meeting, the argument over the dishes the night before, the criticism your boss gave you the day before, the week before, the month before. We're pretty clever at distracting ourselves. I want you, when you finally close your eyes, when you're finally physically relaxed, I want you to focus on blankness. And I know that's tough, but blankness will allow the messages to come to you. So maybe the blankness is a canvas that you see in your head. And in your vision, you might have a paintbrush that is also blank. But as you touch your canvas, suddenly an image appears. So as you wash your canvas with your brush, the image begins to appear. And if you are relaxed enough, if you are connecting well enough, this image will start to reveal what the message is you need to receive. Because sometimes we receive these messages in our dreams, but either we don't remember them, or maybe it was a flash and we can't quite decipher it. And the important thing to remember here is to not try to interpret that message right away. Just allow it to come. Allow it to be. Allow this message just to be present with you as you are present in this moment. And allow this message just to reveal itself. For some, and even me, sometimes this picture, this painting that is before me, it'll sometimes come to life. It'll move. It'll act like a movie or a video where the message is continued, where there's more to it than just one image. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, not always. Sometimes we look at it and go, whoa, what is that? And that's fine. That's what happens. And I think through repeated sessions like this, where we're continually tapping down deeper, pushing away the sludge, the blockages, the misconceptions, the preconceptions. As long as we're pushing those away and allowing the messages to surface, then we can receive them. So this painting method for meditation is one way that I achieve this. And I have other methods, so if you are interested in learning about them, please comment, please ask me, because I don't know what you guys want to know, and I'd love to share with you. I love to connect with you, but I don't know what it is that you're looking for. So comment, tell me, subscribe to the channel so we can stay connected. Find me on Facebook so we can stay connected, and you can tell me what it is you're searching for. What answers do you struggle with? Is it meditation? Is it spell work? Is it understanding esoteric concepts? Is it your magical mindset? I'm a teacher, and that's why I'm here. And I firmly believe that those of us who know should be sharing, because our community is more important now than ever. So I hope that little walkthrough helps you, and I hope that it enlightens you and keeps you from going crazy when you can't sleep and there is no way that you're going to go back to sleep, and you need to find out why. So that's it for now. And please, again, subscribe. Tell me what's on your mind, what you really want to learn or want me to discuss in this channel. And, you know, the more you subscribe, the more you connect with me, the more videos I can do, because then I know what you want and I know what you're looking for. Same goes for open rituals, public rituals. If you're interested in doing some dark moon rituals, new moon rituals, full moon rituals, you name it, I'm willing to do those with you. And through the power of the internet, we can achieve a lot. So again, subscribe, comment, tell me what you're looking for, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. This is Leandra Witchwood, and I wish you bright, bright blessings.